Alright, well, good evening, everyone. We're here for some Worlds Collide Tournament of the Month Finals action. I am One Free Fitz. I'm joined here in the commentary booth by Goku Black. Good evening, Goku. How are you?
Did pretty good. We're going into Tournament of the Month Finals now. Y-NPC on the screen right now against Dr. DT, Boo the Runner, Falconhead, and Elzen Wesley. So it's gonna be a good matchup, especially for what we're doing right now.
Yeah, for sure. We've got three of our top division Ultros League racers and an Elixir racer as well. I had a lot of fun playing these before I got knocked out by Falconhead in the pod round. So I'm excited to see how they tackle these flags and objectives. Why don't we talk about those a little bit? So our objectives, we need 7 characters and 10 espers to unlock the final fight in Kefka's Tower. If we get 9 characters or 13 espers, that'll get us the skip straight to those statue fights. We unlock 8 sword techs for completing the Dome of Dreams sequence, and our runners will get a high tier item to start. Goku, you got any thoughts about those objectives right off the bat?
Yes. So basically just a standard stuff for the sword tax dream and the other objective. Standard stuff. But the characters and espers are slightly higher, so gonna be a bit of a longer one, obviously. So it's gonna be an interesting one here, especially with how good our runners are.
Yeah, for sure. And I took a peek at the flag and made some notes, of kind of what's outside of the standard flag sets we tend to see here. So we're gonna start with 4 random characters. So right away, we've got 4 of 7 characters that we need. That usually means we have a lot of checks to go. Check out at the very beginning. Everyone is going to be random unique on their commands. No possess, no shock, no magitech. Shops do not have rods or super balls at all. So we'll only be finding those maybe in chests out in the wild. And as the kind of title indicates, there are no free characters or espers, so we will only get progression from checks that involve us paying money or an item or fighting something first. And finally, we get the Y remove setting, and that means when we hit Y, it removes an NPC. We'll see villagers get vanished that get in the way in town. And then it lets us go outside of logic to get into certain checks here, which include Magitech Factory. We can get inside of the collapsing house. We can get into the Zozo Mountain. And we can also get into the Narsh locked places. And I'm forgetting one, and it's South Figaro, World of Ruin, Edgar check. We can
Yes, that is
wire move
correct.
into.
That is correct.
What do you think about kind of those tweaks to the standard flags that we're used to seeing?
So definitely no Magitech is going to be a little more challenging because obviously you're going to Ultras League. If you get a Magitech user, boom, just do Magitech Factory, fully complete it, and well, there's your whole Magitech. But without that, are we going to see Magitech 3 in this run? That's the real question.
And I think you brought up a great point is that another thing with Y remove sometimes is that there are certain bosses that if our racers don't want to try to fight them, they don't have to. The stairs boss in Terra Zozo check. Floating Continent, Adma, and Sparkle Spot, as well as Magitech 2 and 1, I suppose, can all be bamfed and just skipped. And so I don't do that often, but I could definitely see in the right circumstance that being useful.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely find that to be useful, but also a little wonky sometimes. I do love myself I do love myself a good Y remove though.
Yep. What are some other fun places? There's that in the South Figaro relic shop. We always have to run around the little tutorial guy in there. But
And
with
you
Y
can
remove, we can
you,
get him out of there, go straight there. I've seen a couple of runners in the past mash it too many times and Y remove the relic NPC. Fortunately, we just have to like leave the screen and come back and
my favorite thing to do with that Y-NPC remove flag is actually destroy the returner's NPCs in the returner's hideout.
yeah, the
It
ones
brings
that
me so much
usually
joy. It brings me so much joy.
yeah, the things that usually get in our way, the NPC final bosses that are truly the hardest thing of the game are much easier with Y remove. Running up Zozo is faster because you can get those thieves out of the way. There's also little optimizations like that. Ozer's Mansion, we don't have to wait for the doors to flip around. We can just poof that away because doors are coded as NPCs.
NPCs. Yeah. So doors in these games are coded as NPCs. So all you have to really do is like remove the lock for it, which is why you can't really move through it. It's just an NPC that you can just get rid of. And you're like, oh, okay, that's what happens with all locked doors. They're just locked, but they have NPC flags to it, which is why you can remove it.
Definitely. We should go ahead and introduce our finalists today, racing for that right to put a new flag set on the Tournament of the Month wheel. So in our upper left, in the I guess green wood grain, Dr. DT. In our upper right, in the more like army green. I'm kind of color confused too. So chat, let me know if I'm calling these colors out wrong. But we got Boo, legendary lover of fixed dice. I hope we see a lot of that
Yeah.
in in our bottom
Sorry. But
in our bottom left in the default blue. Uh, Falcon hit one. I mean, these are all the top runners. I've lost many a times Falcon hit in these spots, and finally in the bottom right, Ensign Wesley. I was back in Potion B with them, season 1 of the Ultros League. Uh, Very good runner as well. So I'll be interested to see, based on the starting characters, we might see a lot of divergence right away. And because of the no free characters, I guess that'll reduce maybe the number of potential checks to start, but a
well,
little bit.
we might see like free checks at the very start just to get some items, but other than that, maybe not.
And it looks like the gates are dropping, and we're going to be getting underway here shortly. So how would you approach the beginning based on these flags? Are we going to go more of the usual, or is there anything with Y remove that we might go do that we otherwise wouldn't?
Um, I'd say we might see a cheeky Mount Zozo check at the very start. Maybe we might. I've seen it before. Uh, love those checks. of those cheeky Mount Zelda checks at the very start.
Yeah, it's technically not free because we have to pay for the rust aid. Um, we don't have to fight the dragon in there if we're not planning on it, so that can be a good one. If we're looking to get some almost free progression, it just takes some time. And
Okay,
we
we have a
ooh,
throw gal. Are we serious here? Oh, baby.
flame shield is our high tier item
Yeah.
to start. I also saw realm as X magic and natural magic.
We're seeing some divergence here already. We're seeing Whirler and Nurse.
I always have a lock start, so we can still Y remove the doors. It's faster than watching the animation, which we see on Dr. DT's screen.
Maybe he forgot they were on. Maybe they forgot they were on. That's possible.
Yeah, it looks like everyone is some of are in World of Balance, Narsh. Falcon Hit is, it looks like.
Not a bad play though. World of Balance Nurse is still a good place to loot, and it has the shops there, so 6 bells and the cursed shield, by the way, which is not too bad.
Not too bad at all. Let me see on the tracker what our item reward is from there. I did not catch that one. Yeah, pretty stacked so far. I think our runners are going to be looking for earrings. They're going to be looking for skeins. They're going to be looking for. I just saw some skeins. They're going to be looking for, shurikens or ninja stars.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna be looking for that stuff because throw gal. I mean, come on, it's a good amount of magic power as well. And we have earrings for sale in the World of Balance Nurse.
Mm,
Yeah, we're already seeing Y remove being used.
yeah, not a ton of like valuable loot, but I think Falcon Hit maximized their money there, getting those pair of earrings and skeins. That pretty much lets them start taking on some fights potentially, or see where they end up going. Gonna get this
That's cool
item shop
shadow.
check,
Cool shadow.
and then we get a what are those PM stalker monsters in the box? That's nice to find early. They're not very strong. They give you experience.
Yeah, for sure.
Boo heading back to the world of balance. They are going to Albrook. I always get those confused. To do some loot shopping there.
Not a bad place. You got a few chests and you have some shops, so it's not a bad place. Meanwhile, we have Falcon heading into the Returners hideout, where it's got that horrible NPC there.
Some more earrings and a wing edge, which is worth a lot of money and not a bad starting item.
We do have bolt edges inside World of Balance Albrook.
Yeah, we saw
Sick.
Boo just get rid of one of those soldiers and buy a stack of bolt edges. Ooh, Magus
Nice.
hats as well.
Nice.
So they're gonna get set up nicely for some throwing.
I did not see what Shadow's free check was.
Peep on this Thunder Shield. This is what the trackers is telling me. And our weapon shop was a Flame Shield or a Genji armor.
Yeah, I saw that one. I just didn't see what the Shadow check was. I missed it.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see with kind of this powerful starting command how much looting and shopping we see. Falcon Hit kind of hit the classic Narsh returners, South Figaro. Um,
I'm kind of surprised that we're not seeing Phoenix Cave. There's a lot of loot in it.
it's very true.
Early
Off,
off for
yeah,
interesting. Interesting.
yeah. In terms of like We're at 5 minutes in, like, all of our runners have, like, looted and shopped in 3 different places already. They are really flying right now in terms of just that's I mean, Y remove helps with that, I suppose. We've got some smoke bombs, those are nice. Falcon Hit found a fire rod somewhere as well.
Yeah. So great stuff we're having so far.
Yeah, I think when a seed is very generous like this early, I have 2 minds. One of it is happy, and I'm thinking like, "Okay, I probably need to push the pace because my other racers are gonna get this stuff too." Thunder shields for sale. Um,
Yeah,
and
shout outs to
then
the runners though. Shout outs to the runner. Go follow all of them, man.
yeah, 100%. The other thing I always have in the back of my mind is like, sometimes when seeds are generous early, they're mean later on. It's like, is
Oh,
this a trap? You know, like
we just saw a True Night bot. I
yeah, I
never
like
did that.
they're so cheap. I like to pick them up just to have one in case I do end up running a Valiant knife. With Lock in the party, we have at least one person we know can use it, so it's worth the, 1,000-ish gold, I think.
So we got tools right now. I'm trying to keep track of all 4 screens at the same time, but I'm not really doing a good job.
No worries. We have chat and trackers and the 2 of us, and we'll do our best. Yeah. I've seen flash and auto crossbow. I don't think I've seen much else as our runners kind of continue to loot and shop. I would guess Falcon Hit goes and hits a check after they finish this basement. Um, maybe doing the double dip going to World of Ruin, but with what they've found, there's a lot of tools that'll last a while.
Yeah.
We're seeing looks like Zen economizer. I probably gonna get a thief peak, or if they're selling a lot of stuff, maybe they're gonna make a purchase here.
You know, we might get because maybe not.
Maybe not.
Oh, wait, oh, what is it?
Oh,
Oh,
it's
it's
only
only
oh my goodness, a
oh
Fenrir
my
for
great
less than
goodness.
5K.
And that is calmness protection.
Yeah, we have our first. That's our first Esper. Nope, second Esper on the board.
Calmness protection. Jeez.
Snipers for sale and
I
fire
have
schemes.
I have a feeling that we're gonna see a buy of those fire skins.
Yeah, I know, and I'm gonna fail to credit who. Someone posted like a breakdown of like what elements all the different enemies were, and fire was the most common. So I'm always looking for to have at least 2 elements of skeins to feel confident.
I had a pretty cheap Esper a while back. It was like one of the previous Ultra League seeds, and I was like, what? Wow, it was like 1,000 or something like that. It was pretty cheap.
Hmm. I saw that Falcon Hit picked up, I think, 2 snipers in that Zen shop, which I believe Lock and um, well, everyone can use them apparently. But naturally, I think Lock and Shadow would be the 2 that are able to.
Bolt 2 is not too bad, especially if you're putting on Realm, who has X Magic.
Dr. DT finding the similar things. Ensign Wesley hitting up Albrook. So far, all of our runners have okay. Phoenix Cave.
Oh, yep,
You,
we're seeing
answering
Phoenix
your
Gate.
question here.
Yep. Falconet, I believe is a fan of Phoenix Cave.
Yeah, it seems like it takes some time, but I know if I'm not getting the loot, it's pretty fast to run through, and if it's early on, then it's a nice kind of loot place.
There you go. There you go. Uh, you have your questioning going on in the chat.
And so Wesley heading to will have ruined Albrook for some more shopping. Oh, a dried meat. They found it.
Which means, you know what that means? We're going to probably see the felt check as well into the fixed encounters.
Yeah, they'll have to drop a party member, get down to 3. Um, but they haven't taken any fights yet, and we're seeing Boo on the Vel right now, so they'll get those Lobos.
Tetris.
Get a
It's the perfect game.
hungry, probably Esper. It could be a dead check.
No, it cannot be a dead check on the belt. It can be a
Oh, that's
character
always
Esper.
okay.
Character and Esper, but it can never be a dead check.
I don't think we've actually really seen what's. Oh, here we go. Oh man,
Oh
Fire
man,
3,
that's a spicy Esper.
and then Fenrir's got Bolt 2 and is Fenrir. So very good,
Yeah,
very good.
that is a Fenrir that was built for Realm. We got
No bonuses though. We're seeing a first fight here. Ooh, Jugs could be nasty, but not with Skeens. And
they're
they're pretty good experience. Sometimes they just pep up themselves to death, and then other times they just explode themselves. And if you only have 3 characters,
an Esper that is,
um,
which it's okay. Not, not too bad.
Ensign Wesley taking those PM stalkers from the Narsh monster in the box.
Yeah, you throw a fire skin this early in the game on a formation of PM stalkers, and they're just gonna die. There's no questioning. They're just dead.
Yeah, they don't really have that many hit points, but yeah, a Skeen boosted earrings, it's over.
Yeah,
Looks like Dr. DT is taking a fight in. Are they in South Figaro Cave? World of Ooh, that's a terrible fight on Boo's screen.
yeah. Uh,
Uh-oh.
we're gonna see now. This is a terrible fight.
Uh-oh.
I think this is a runaway. I think we're
Oh
gonna
no. Yeah, get this is what a
get.
trap. What a trap. This formation has gotten me so many times when I feel like I have power and I'm like, yeah, I can take it out, and now I just always smoke bomb, even if I have that thought. Oh, another not great fight on Dr. DT's side. Meanwhile, Ensign Wesley roasting some squirrels.
I mean, you always gotta roast squirrels.
Oh, some junk in it. That what do you do to kind of get your head back in the game, recenter yourself and get back in it?
Don't do what I just did. Plain and simple. Do not be foolish like Boo was. Yeah, that's always gonna help. But yeah, seem to be. Oh, wait a minute. We're coming back. We're coming back.
Alrighty.
We're coming back. Looks like looks like Dr. TT is gonna be heading through this road here. We're having technical difficulties. We apologize.
Yeah, we do broadcast from the blackjack, flying around both of the worlds, so sometimes we get some interference from all these bolts of lightning that are just coming out of the sky in various places. Sometimes, it's dangerous out here to be flying. All
Yeah,
these
if
elements.
you're doing this, do not fight those things. They're very dangerous. Boo tried to do it, and well, it didn't work out for him. Didn't work out for them. So
All right. So we've got 2 runners in the trench where there's a couple of decent formations and one really bad one.
we see Merton, by the way.
Hmm. We don't have the
We are
protection,
seeing
but we could go buy it. Is the good
floating
news.
continent, huh? We're seeing an early floating continent play. I like this play. It's spicy.
Yeah, Doctor. Oh, all right. Boo learned their lesson, and they're out of there on that covert ogre fight. Yeah, floating continent. It's good to go early. And Dr. DT, just looking at their HP amounts, that they're at or ahead of scaling, so they should be able to pretty confidently get through these. And the only thing that's always the spicy part about it are those double boss fights that it can be bad, but it
There's a couple of
generally
them.
isn't.
There's a couple of them too.
I see an experience egg on Boo's side. Was that the reward for the trench? Ooh.
We're about to. Okay, let's see.
Yes, I'm checking
Yeah.
the tracker, confirmed. There's also an Illumina from sale I'm seeing from chat. So Nikea is the place to go.
Shout out to our tracker and our restreamer. We're just talking. That's all we're doing.
Yeah, they're really doing the more intensive parts, but they do a great job at it, and we appreciate the whole team helping us put this on. Okay. So Ensign Wesley did not managed to take down that nasty formation without getting blasted.
But
I'm
still
not.
took it down.
I wonder if Falcon Head is just trying to learn magic quickly and or uncurse that shield because they do have 4 characters on the Vel right now. I think they're uncursing the shield.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. Because if you go inside of a fight without the curse shield on, and then you equip it inside the fight, you don't get the nasty effects of it. You still get the weakness and all that, but you don't get the confusion and all that stuff with it. But
Hmm.
it still counts towards the curse shield count. Pretty sure that's what they're doing.
Yeah, and like comboing, just taking the opportunity to learn a
Yep.
lot of spells, and they know that they're either going to get Lobos or these PM Stalkers, which are giving us 15 magic points a piece.
Yeah, probably. That's probably what they're doing. They're probably getting that curse shield uncursed, and now the curse shield uncursed. Wonder where they're gonna head next.
Ooh, we got floating painting. Um, that's not a boss I want to see early.
Fire skins.
That's going to help big time. Merton. Oh, they're good. They've got it online already.
Yeah, we're only 21 minutes in.
I mean, yeah, we did see those thunder shields for sale, but they must have also found some fire shields or perhaps rage rings because I saw that Merton was healing them for 3 of the party members.
That's a dead Chad. We are seeing on Ensign Wesley's side, we are seeing a World of Balance realm check. And now Boo's also doing it.
Yeah, those two have kind of synced up a little bit here.
Interesting. That is. We think of Vanilla Boss? Wow. Interesting.
Not
Yep,
for
that's
very
true.
long.
But it's vanilla. Wow.
Looks like floating continent reward 1 was an Esper. Let me double check. Yes. And it was Phoenix. Yeah, I think we're in for a fast seed tonight. Um, which is not what I am necessarily most comfortable with, because those can really be about fast seeds are about saying no, right? About being like, no, I don't need more shopping. No, I don't need to open that
We
chest.
want to
No.
see more. We want to see more.
And that can require some discipline.
We want to see longer. Because, we're in the booth.
What was I'm gonna check the tracker here. Esper Mountain was an Esper, and it was Stray.
Esper Mountain was an Esper.
Uh, Wesley is doing the South Figaro cave, which was get them Palador and another Esper. Boo's heading for the
we have
Velt
Kefka.
Cave.
We have Kefka and Arsh. Kefka himself.
Yeah, Kefka is hanging out on the floating continent, which I mean he is. I guess he just decided to put on
Stay.
his costume and scoot down a screen. Yeah, Falcon Hit still doing their Velt thing.
Just trying to get like all the magics on or something. Not sure. Still working at it. Not quite sure what their plan of action is.
Oh, they get a pincer. Yeah, based on that, they must be. Yeah, I think they are hunting for the meat check.
But
But
they have 4 party members, so they can't
yeah,
really
that's
do it.
just a quirk of like I think we're so used to not starting with like a full party, that it would be easy to forget that I need to drop somebody before doing that. Oh, that's kind of a gross formation for Dr. DT, but not anymore. They're gone. We got an Air Force fight on Boo's side at the end of the Velt Cave, which is also where Ensign Wesley is.
Ooh,
Ooh, another gross formation for Dr. DT. A little tougher.
that hurt.
Yeah, Air Force. Was that a launcher shrapnel or just a hard shrapnel there?
That was not a shrapnel, I think. I think that
Well,
was
if
a
we didn't get
shrapnel.
enough of Air
I
Force, we get more.
don't think that was shrapnel.
Dr. DT is getting some tough fights, but like they're also really high experience fights, so gonna
I
I
think they
imagine.
just remembered. I think they just remembered that came down to 3 characters.
Yeah, and they just Y removed that last boss, Dr. DT on Floating Continent, which is that's one where it makes sense because the boss doesn't actually get him the reward, and because I want to say they're like way ahead of scaling at this point. They don't need the fight getting an old man stocking back up.
Yeah, that had to be painful to remember that after like minutes of like trying to get the belt thing.
I mean, yeah, like mistakes are always made during races. It's very rare that I've ever run one and felt like I did something perfect. In fact, some of my fastest times I've like face planted early on, and that's can force a runner to really put the gas through the floor. Um, and Falcon Hit is certainly a runner capable of going really, really fast. So this might be a setback, but it might also be motivation for a really fast performance from here.
What I'm kind of curious on is the Strago going to be something that Dr. DT is going to get a lead on? Is Strago going to be like the check's just going to be that good?
Yeah, I mean, if we think about the Strago checks and kind of where Dr. DT is at, they're levels 25 right now. So they're ahead of the scaling by a bit. Burning House is like usually a place we want to go to get levels, or it's a place that most people don't want to go. But I go there to get levels sometimes, uh,
And we got Hidden Cave.
which is the most random of the randomizer, but besides like the auction house, and then ah, and then yeah, Fanatic's Tower is kind of long and a lot of stair walking, so I think they might fade those for a while, given they have like better or better in their situation checks on the board still.
Oh, we did see a VK getting bought. Yep.
Yeah,
For
in
unlock.
World of Ruin, Jador. So
Yeah, so I definitely would not put the Paladin Shield on lock because he's got a VK. Gotta
Double
watch out for
goblins.
gotta watch out for level 5 Doom.
These goblins are kind of nasty. Super high magic defense. As we see by these like 21 damage attacks. Oh yeah, and they have reflect.
Yeah, so they get reflect as well.
It's like we gotta hit them or use magic defense piercing, non-reflectable attacks. I guess rods would work.
For flare.
They're not undead as we see the rainbow water doing the healing. Ugh, level magics. Ensign Wesley wisely getting away from those. Ah, they're taking a chess fight. They must be um trying to get some more levels. We did see an offering. Where was it?
It
South
was
Figaro relic shop.
Figaro. I think Roosevelt.
Because I think everyone saw that one. So um it's just about who's gonna have the money there to go get it. Well, 3 of our runners are checking out South Figaro World of Ruin. Thank you, Drinks Glue. Are checking out the mansion. Falcon Head is heading for, unfortunately, a dead check.
This is not a fight I would want to fight. I would just be saying, "Hey, let's get the heck out of here." I'm just gonna be honest.
Man, the
That's
fixed
why.
encounters have been kind of like on the higher end of what
That's
could be
why.
rolled.
That's why.
Because those
Uh,
retainers always counter with like a kill person attack, and then what the hemophites do, like double zombites, right? Like sometimes.
choke smoke, which if you have a dead party member and they use it on them, oh, that's an undead character.
Yeah, we're getting all the like samurais and all of the multi-armed warriors so far. And it looks like the painting was spaghetti the whole time on Dr. DT's screen.
And just some spaghetti. That's all. I doubt we're
And
gonna see Burning House soon. I just hate to break it to you, but I doubt we're gonna see it soon.
I mean, I want in. I always want in. I love it. And
Yeah,
by I love it, I mean it's like okay.
it's mediocre at best. But I don't know. I don't like. Hate Fanatic's Tower more. So
Yeah, we have gotten a lot of magic off of espers, so it's like doable, I would say. But we're not gonna be able to use like our throw, or our VK knife in Fanatic's Tower unless we have like some berserk
oh,
going
cheeky,
on.
cheeky, cheeky! I love this play by Dr. TT.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering when someone was gonna Y remove into here, or I like to Y remove into Magitech a lot as well.
Cheeky here. Love to
It's
see
kind
it.
it's kind of a commitment, but that chunk of checks can be pretty rewarding.
Depending on what Dr. DT gets here.
Falcon Hit has the cash to buy this Illumina and Ninja Stars. Yeah, they were
Did this
thinking about buying a second one, but was like,
Did they just get an Illumina and 52 Ninja Stars?
yeah, they have a ton of Ninja Stars. They have got that experience egg as well. Let's see what this dragon does for Dr. DT, though.
Dr. DT definitely can take this on. It's Bluey!
Weak to lightning.
Yep.
Is there any cheese with blue? Can we mute them, maybe?
No, we can't mute. But we can do that on the white dragon. It doesn't matter if we can or not, because
3 hits.
yeah, it's easily dead.
Huge chunk of experience, a scimitar, and a pearl lance.
Oh, I think you got a jumper maybe, but odds are that aren't very high though.
Boo and Wesley continuing to same brain here. They've diverged a little bit, but they keep meeting back up and are heading up to the floating continent, which we know is 2 espers and a character.
Yeah. So we're getting an esper here at the Mount Zozo check. So that is another esper for them.
The chat is continuing the chant burning house. They want it. It's probably not going to happen.
I mean, it's what you want, right?
It's what we want. We're getting more floating continent. Let me look at what Dr. DT's got left in terms of they have not done the Serpent Trench yet, but
Yeah.
they haven't done the Gauss checks. They haven't done Esper Mountain. They still have some quickies before I think they would turn to Kefka and Narsh, which is not as bad as it used
Nope,
to
they
be.
were the World of Balance Narsh is the one that has the offerings. World of Balance. I
That
was
means
right.
we've seen them in 2 relic shops now.
I was
actually.
right. Let's go. Oh, that offering's going to be going on lock. Yeah.
Yeah, South Figaro offering BK knife. They've got
Yeah.
Merton with Merton protection. See, this is what I was talking about. Like, at a certain point, are we saving time anymore by continuing to acquire more power? I don't know. This is what I'm still learning as like a racer, but the power overwhelming can be challenging sometimes because of that.
Yeah, and it looks like we are heading into the Esper Mountain here to well,
They're gonna pick up an Esper there.
yeah, to get their stray.
Well, we get a ton of floating continent for the viewers at home.
Yeah, I mean they don't you don't get to see it very often because it's always like something you never see. No one goes to floating continent.
What I want to see is someone come out of floating continent and go Y remove into match attack. That's a satisfying. It's a
What I
bit of
want
a
to
commitment, but you get a lot of progression or potentially like an out of sequence character that one of their fellow racers might not have gotten.
what I want to see is a Terra in Elite River.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I
be
mean, like,
honest.
like if I was a runner and I really, one of these runners, and I really wanted to avoid doing Strago checks, I would be trying to find an out of sequence character because then I could go chase those checks instead. But we'll see. Dr. DT heading the World of Ruin for the Velt Cave, which we know is in
Bird Dash. Let's see. I think it's an Esper. Let's see. It is.
Esper.
Esper. It is.
Wait. Let me double check here. Nope, I was looking at the wrong. It is an Esper. So he'll be at 8.
Yeah, it's Madoon. Had to look.
Wesley will pick up
We're
their
40.
5th character here at the end of this, so they'll be at 5-8, and Boo will also be at 5-8. So progression-wise, I think Dr. DT is a little bit ahead, but does not seem to have a huge progression lead. The power levels, we'll see, because that's where I think they might still have an edge right now.
Yeah, I think Dr. DT in terms of power overwhelming is kind of ahead.
See Chad, Drinks Glue in chat asking about where we can Y remove into. We talked about Magitech. It can get us into Collapsing House, but I don't think we get the reward for it. It just lets us go in and get the treasures and the monsters in the boxes. And we can Y remove into the Edgar checks. Those are the big ones that I think is still on the table for runners.
Right now, we're kind of power overwhelming here. That's a dead Air Force and a matter of few turns.
Yeah, it really on all runner screens, like, we kind of said this from the beginning with like the throw kind of immediately getting level 3 magic, that we were in for a fast time. Now, they do have to get more progression than normal, so it'll be a little bit slower, I guess, to get
Oh,
into.
speaking of which,
There we go. Yeah,
Wesley going into Magitech. What are they
that's
going to have? What are
that's
they
what's
going to
up.
get there? Remember you were talking about that. So
Ooh, a Genji glove. Or Genji. I never know how to pronounce it. I do it both ways.
Genji all the way. Dragoon boots. Okay. Interesting pickup.
And we've got the coral hunt. Goku, what's your like all-time record for most times you had to press the switches after you had your coral?
Are you wanting my world record?
I mean, I'll tell you mine. It's
My
like
world record is
32. I've hit
my
32 after getting the coral.
I mean, my fastest I've done is perfect RNG. By the way, it's in the Discord.
I'm talking about worst, most
I like,
switches.
but I've done perfect 5, and then like the next one was the room or the chest. My worst has to be like, I don't know, somewhere around 40, 50.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. I never really start minding it until for whatever reason, like getting the coral, that seems fine, but every time I have to hit a switch when I have a full load of coral is annoying, and I always end up like counting them.
I mean, you saw it
Um,
in Discord, right?
yeah. So Dr. TT gets there. Ultros is Ultros 2.
Yeah. That's what logic says. Did you go for Kefka, Narsh, or Strago?
Kefka Narsh is one that took me a little bit with like the fact that it dumps you back in the bottom of Narsh after the check to like, it took me a couple of seeds to start going
Oh,
like,
and we
oh,
have
it's
a Sabin! We have a Sabin from Hidden Cave! Which means all they need is 2 more espers, and they'll be in go mode so early.
yeah, they're getting close. Sabin does have a lot of checks
That right there, that Sabin puts Dr. DT right back in the lead.
that are pretty fast and next to each other on the map.
Yeah, so we have yeah, we're gonna see the camp. We're probably going to see the falls right afterwards.
Yeah, I might peek at train.
Yeah, but probably not gonna
Uh-oh.
go through with it.
It's the magical master.
I absolutely despise Magic Master.
We've got drill. We've got throwables. We've got healing, I hope, because we might need that. But Ensign Wesley is weight tricking hard. They're rocking
And
maybe some
Runic.
runic stretch. Yeah.
Ooh, that's gonna be
Can't
hard.
runic that though. But good elemental protection as well. I think it'll be okay.
We hope anyway.
As Gao continues to empty out the inventory, just throwing whatever he comes across in the bag of holding.
Fun fact,
Nice.
you don't actually have to you don't actually have to spam the runic. You can just wait on the runic character's turn. After you've cast runic.
Like it lasts until like they take another action.
Yep. Yep, that's how long runic lasts.
Dr. DT gets looking at Celeste here for character 7
Man,
for them.
man, we're looking at the skip? Are we looking at the skip now? Oh, alright. Maybe. Let's see.
All right, we got. Meanwhile, Falcon Hit is going to the Belt Cave, which will be Esper 8 for them. Boo hitting up the basement of South Figaro from like the back side. Yeah.
And bye, Magi Master. Oh, that
Yeah,
was.
it
And
was
of
a
course,
bit.
of course, you get Berserk after the fight.
Yeah, they did I mean, Ensign Wesley did a great job of weight tricking, managing their turns, keeping their health up. Just a good effort there against Magi Master. Dr. DT going the normal way, in logic way, to Magitech here.
You're gonna be seeing the rude Magi Master as well. Yeah, no need to pick up chests right now for Dr. DT. They've already got everything they need. They're not gonna be going back for anything else.
Yeah, they're in, pick up no chest mode based on passing those pretty nearby.
Yeah.
I always think of it as like the levels of, yes, get chests, only get the ones that are like a couple steps out of the way, and then get no chests. And they're definitely in full get progression and go mode.
Yeah, because obviously you have all this power. You have throw. You have offering VK stretched with lock. You've got high tier magic. You don't need anything else.
Just progression and the levels to beat Kefka, which is, Dr. DT is probably not starving for levels. And with 710 to get into Kefka's tower, I think generally we would see kind of higher than average levels heading in there anyway. I don't think we ever saw. I haven't looked at Locke's HP. Have we seen any, like, I think I saw a strength +2 Esper. I don't think did we see any big like hit point percent increasing?
I don't believe so, but we are seeing Falcon also go into getting their 7 as well.
That'll put them at 6-8.
We are now seeing a 7-9 from Dr. DT.
We know that this next one is Magi Master.
Yes, that is Magi Master. But it's not going to be an issue for them because, well, they've got VK offering locks, so I doubt this Magic Master is gonna last very long. I doubt. I have my doubts. We'll have to see though.
So much action going on. Magi Master, Blue Dragon. Well, there goes Blue Dragon. Gone.
Hey, you know, Dad, we don't care about him.
We got Fun Baba. It's always skips leg day. Gone. This is not the seed that we get to talk about bosses for very long.
Yeah, pretty much, we're just gonna be just chilling through the bosses.
What's still out there in the wild that we haven't seen? You know, that's what I would start thinking as I get closer to Kefka's Tower. Is like Setzer at the end of Magitech, which is gonna be and a Stooges fight. No, yeah, we haven't seen any of the statues. We haven't seen Inferno. We haven't seen. We did see Air Force. We're seeing Stooges.
Back-to-back Flare Star here. my favorite is back-to-back Doom.
Mm-hmm.
That's always a fun experience.
Doom and Doom case. Oh man. Drinks Glue in chat asking how many are needed for the skip. Our runners will need either 9 characters or 13.
We are already in go mode. We are already in go mode.
Yes, that is 51, 28, Dr. DT. Getting their 10th Esper warping the heck out.
We're done here. We're done in Magitech Factory. We're not going to do anything more than that. Going to be doing a little bit of shopping before we head into the tower.
I feel like they went to Albrook already. Yeah, that's what it was. I figured they were heading back for something they had away. And it looks like megas. Trying to get 1 mega.
Yep. Trying to get 1 mega. Looks
well, they have 2. Trying to get 2 total. 2 all day. 37, 36, 37. Final Esper check. I imagine they're going in the tower.
Yeah, I imagine they're just going into the tower now.
A quick, just checking to make sure Albrook was still looking good. It was good. Heading out.
We're done. We're in the tower. We're gonna be just chilling.
Woo.
Going in the tower. What approach are we gonna see?
Yeah, let's see where they load up. And while they're doing that, we'll just kind of do around the horn. Falcon hit, getting their Celeste for character 7 for them, so they're only 2 away. Boo,
all of the runners who are putting on this fantastic show as well.
Yes, for sure. Boo will be getting their 6th character, and they'll be a character and an Esper away. And then Ensign Wesley is a character away as well from Go mode. So all very close. I see chat asking, what bosses do we feel like could thwart the runners at this point?
Maybe a little
none. Honestly,
maybe Doomgaze if they end up to be a bad level, but
if there was like if there was like Inferno on a side where they had put their weakest character, right? Like,
yeah,
you know, that would be like maybe one of the other statue bosses, but they have full
have
elemental.
Have we seen Goddess yet?
We haven't seen any of the statues. We haven't seen Doomgaze. We haven't seen Inferno, and Rexol's annoying, like Tritok can be.
But Rexol and Tritok aren't hard. They're just annoying.
Annoying. We already saw Piranhas. That's like an annoying one.
Yeah, he's just on, you know, let's just finish this scene. Yeah, they're just on, hey, let's just finish this.
Ooh, Falcon Hit will be getting their go mode after Magitech 2 here, so they're not going to be too far behind. Boo is heading for Barren Falls, so look for their last couple progression. Have we seen Barren Falls yet?
I don't think we've
No.
seen that.
We have no idea. Same as Boo. What awaits? Ooh, Senior Behemoth could call Schwantz. That would be another one that
Uh,
can do mean things.
X-Fight is, just to clear up some things here, in case there's any confusion. X-Fight is not considered fight, so it's a completely separate command. So the love token does not lure into attacking. Oh, we're running Atmo weapon strats.
Yeah, because we get that full heal doing the character select coming in to Kefka's tower, so that's a pretty smart move, knowing I don't think we had like a muscle belt or a red cap to like artificially get low health, so I imagine they might switch to VK after taking some damage.
Yeah, makes sense.
Ooh. This is spicy. Switching to VK.
Switching to VK.
Doing about 8.
About
Oh,
the same.
never mind.
Nope, not even Goddess could stand a chance.
That was close. That was close for sure. Lock on the single side. They could have got knocked down and that would have been nasty, but gotta risk it for the biscuit sometimes. Definitely take the save after the Goddess fight.
I didn't look that hard.
So yeah, we'll get to see the other runners take that down as Magi Master. Oh, Falconet says no. I'm not fighting Magi Master.
So are we resetting?
They saved. Are they just gonna go in for the 1? Interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. Huh. Well.
Maybe they're gonna Y remove through it and just not take that fight because it can be so long. Let's see, just a couple of updates. Barren Falls was an Esper in Bahamut. So Boo got that. And then Train. I didn't see what the train was.
Train was... Gotta be something useful. Train.
Yeah, Chad, if you saw it, help us out here. Wesley heading for Daryl's tomb, looking for a character.
Yeah, I completely missed it, so...
Boo's 710, I'm hearing from Chad, according to his tracker. Which means he got a character, which would make sense, right? Because he had 10 espers going in. So if it was anything but a character, he would have reset. I'm seeing Mog from Nobody War, so they are in go mode, but have to finish Doom off first to go get it.
There's our statue.
We got Rexel, annoying.
He
was an
lives
offering user.
He lives to aggravate me to this day. I'm telling you. Oh, I absolutely hate Rexel. More than any other boss.
Alright, Falcon hit going back into the Magimaster fight.
Maybe you just got bad luck. That could be it.
Which will get Falcon hit their 10th Esper, and they will be in go mode. Dr. DT taking on Atma weapon at the statue spot.
With an Atma weapon.
It's very confusing.
Weapon with an Atma weapon. Not very effective, I'm afraid.
Yeah, and again, we're seeing them, you know, really optimizing, trading out Atma weapon after they're taking the heal, and then
that
VK.
quarter works. That quarter works.
It's always fun when you have a VK user and a boss does something like that, and
jeez!
And I get to be like, you've made a terrible mistake. Like, you've only made me more powerful now. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always fun. Always a good time.
I did see Madeline had HP plus 100%, so there was some of that out there.
I don't think we saw a lot of it, though.
Fell Cave was fairly later on. I think a lot of our runners went there. Doom is down. Boo is heading in to the tower.
It was Mog, okay.
Falcon Head heading for the tower.
Because we didn't see Mog beforehand.
Right away.
Not even optimizing, just gonna go for it.
Yeah, so the two of them are entering like 10 seconds apart. As Dr. DT heads into their split path fights. Realm is a magic caster. We've seen Sabin as a placeholder. We got a train. We got dance.
But no.
Do we have instant death? Negative.
But no suplex. Very sad. We can't suplex this train, I'm afraid.
I bet one of these dances might have an instant death. It's better to wait trick. That's the wise move, but I would be tempted to be like, maybe this one's got snare. It's number 1. And then we could send the train into the earth.
We're doing Martin. We're not holding back.
You're gonna see Sabin take a nap.
Yep.
Can't handle the heat.
And it's the train.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed we didn't see an evil toot there, but we have a couple more chances.
We have a Shortex Celeste. Interesting.
Got us getting a Mertoning. A little bit of a different party comp here as we got our thrower. Ouch.
That kind of hurt. 8,000 damage to the face got us. 8,000 to the face with a ninja star. There we go.
And Wesley heading in the tower. Probably about like a minute and a half behind. Ooh, Guardian. Got a thrower, so that's good.
Are we gonna use bolts? Yeah, bolt edges. There we go. What? Oh yeah, probably not gonna use Celeste for this fight.
Did a Bolt Edge do more than a Ninja Star? Maybe. Depends.
5,000. Not too bad.
Guardian's one of those bosses that always has more hit points than I think they do. I hit them like hard many times. I'll be like, this has got to be it, and that happens like 2 or 3 more times before they finally go down.
You let this fight go on too long, it get really dangerous.
Yeah, when they start throwing.
Not always just throwing. Sometimes it goes like horribly wrong after that. If you survive the throwing.
There we go.
If you survive the throwing, you don't always survive what's afterwards.
I don't think I've survived the throwing to find out what's happened afterwards. The throwing is where I always go down.
You don't want to know, alright? You don't want to know. You don't want to know. It's absolute horrible things.
Yeah, everyone, shout out to Ceiling Cat. Did a fantastic job tracking the action so that we know what would happen on the screens we weren't paying attention to.
Yeah, follow Cat, follow the restreamer, and follow my co-commentator. Always a pleasure to be in the booth.
All right, so Dr. DT heading into the final fight. Sabin taking the lead position for some reason. They're still sleeping, I'm pretty sure, but I feel like Dr. DT has got calmness protection.
Oh, and we are seeing that experience egg be put into use on.
I saw Wesley has double VK knife.
He's got
and 6,000 hit point lock.
Because level 51 lock.
Oh my goodness. Even at full health, he's gonna shred everything. Oh my, that's optimizing a character.
And we're seeing 8 hits go off on the VK offer. Oh yeah, that's the 2
one shot.
Yeah, this is too easy.
One shot, full health. Man, that's power.
And I thought we had power when we were Dr. DT, but
that's how you build a lock.
that's not even close.
Yeah, I'm seeing some burdening from Dr. DT. I don't think we have float, so we are gonna have to like make sure we don't kill everything all at once, but I don't think they might not have instant death either. That might be the one thing that we don't have. Falcon hit, taking down Rexel. Boo heading into there.
We are killing them in the right order at least.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't get to take a quake counter?
Now we'll find out.
Or a shockwave counter.
We'll find out if we have mute or not. Their power is so powerful that it might not matter, but this is a tier that can get out of hand if we don't have mute and instant death, because, you know, things will start doing dumb stuff like mud.
We got Siren. We're good.
Kefka loves to like muddle or zombie, our most powerful party member, quite often. Got mute, so that's good.
Yeah, definitely doing good stuff here. Not nearly as good stuff as Wesley's doing, though. Jeez. Little 51 lock.
I mean, Gao's throwing for 9,000 damage, too. So, like, all of our runners have built some powerhouses. It's just interesting to kind of see the different ways, or, like, I might want to ask all of them, like, how do you decide who you're putting your egg on in a seed like this?
That's a dead Rexel. I'm saying this right now. He's very dead.
Yeah, we're gonna see the Soul Savers go down, come back up, and then die again.
It's just gonna be crack boom
with their boss. Yep.
It's gonna be crack boom.
A dragon horn was in the meme chest.
Interesting.
We never saw any jumping, but that would have really unlocked the Mega Jumper.
We're seeing 3,000 damage come out with the Atma weapon. On Boo's side. Wow, we're talking about stuff, we're not talking about the tiers.
Yeah, because they're going down pretty quick. We're seeing 10 hits right now.
Why don't we talk about it? We still have the chance.
Ooh, lock goes down.
That's not good. At least you're able to get him back up, but...
I think only Magic is alive, so Dr.
Yeah.
DT can regroup if need be. But they will also just shred Magic here. We're seeing the quarter dispel. So they're moving on to tier 3.
Yep, that's a dead Magic.
Falcon Hit is taking their last statue, I think.
Yeah, so this is a pretty close thing. I mean, if Dr. DT dies here, they'll be
wide open.
Yeah, so it's not. It's still anyone's race. Still anyone's race.
Yeah, some low HP heading into tier 3. I think they have Merton protection, so that won't be a problem, but usually with power overwhelming, it's about not accidentally killing sleep before you're ready with the calmness protection. I've done that a couple of times with like a double VK offering user. It's just like, oops. I killed Kefka in one hit, and now he took down 2 of my party members.
So we're seeing Finger go up, and I have a feeling that
I think they're fine.
We're just gonna hope Meteor doesn't come out. We're gonna hope and pray Meteor doesn't come out. That would really hurt right now.
Some good weight tricking.
Kind of intrigued why we're not attacking with Lock right now.
The fire 2. There we
go. There we go.
There must have been some... Dr. DD had done some math, I'm pretty sure. That's why they did that fire 2 cast. To make sure that Lock's attack would finish the job. Falcon Hit getting past Guardian, so I believe they will be starting their fight here shortly.
Yeah, meanwhile, we're seeing the Mad Clown himself. This is just power overwhelming here on every end.
Yeah, with having image up on 3 of the characters still, it would be hard to foresee.
We got a ribbon steal, a cheeky ribbon steal from Mog. I always love to see that.
Yeah, Boo rocking some desert dance against Guardian. Falcon Hit has Lock leading the charge on their screen as they start to climb the tiers. Hyperdrive.
Who cares? Just go for it.
Cracking shields. Hyperdrive.
Ooh! Going on Lock. That's not good.
2 down for Goner. Cracking the rod.
We're going for it. We're no holding back.
Probably get a throw in. Throwing the big stick.
Oh no, we're seeing Goner go out. We're just gonna wait.
Falcon Hit got front road right away on tier 1.
That's never a fun thing.
They seem to have recovered, blasting away. Guardian is giving Boo and Inns and Wesley some simultaneous troubles here. Boo's in that real bad spot of one party member slowed.
Oh, and then comes nasty throwing, which I imagine...
This is where, if I have a rod or a shield, I am breaking it right now.
And that is Kefka.
GG's for Dr. DT. Pulling down the win. In the finals, our tournament of the month, Champion, they will be picking a flag set to replace this one. We'll see.
We'll just see if we can get him in for an interview.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Ensign Wesley is also starting their final fight. Boo is still clinging. And we are joined by our winner, Dr. DT. GG's.
Hey everyone.
GG's.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just kind of mesmerized by how your voice sounds. It sounds weird.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry about my voice, I guess.
It sounds like it's coming from a different part of the world, but
Oh yeah, well, it's coming from the world of ruin.
The signal quality is different there, for sure.
Yeah.
But GG's on your victory.
Thank you very much. I was pumped about that. I felt like I was moving the whole race.
Yeah, so we were kind of intrigued throughout the entire run. Just how powerful you were. You would just skip a chest because you're like, I'm got VK offering. I don't need it. I got high level magic and all that stuff. What was your thought of doing all that stuff once you got the VK offering and floating continent early?
I mean, so I did Floating Continent early specifically because this seed just, like, dumped Merton protection on me, right? Like, it was like, here, have 2 flame shields and a thunder shield and an easy paladin shield. I wonder if we're gonna get Merton. Oh yeah, here's Merton too on your second Esper. So the reason I went to Floating Continent early was because I wanted to get those extra grind fights to unlock the paladin shield so that I could get into Merton land. Like, that was my whole plan. Which worked. And then I was lucky enough to find the Valiant Knife in the shop in World of Ruin Jadur, and I had to sell the farm to buy it, and then I knew where the offering was, so so between those two things, it was just like, why should I take more chests? I have everything that I need for the entire rest of the siege. The only thing I was possibly missing was MP recovery, but I knew that I had seen Mega Elixirs somewhere, and I luckily remembered where it was and was able to pick up an extra one, even though it ended up I didn't need it.
Yeah, you know, always take more than what you need if that what you need may not be what you always. If you're going in there without any MP restoration, always pick up more.
Yeah. I mean, you can't always get what you need, but if you try sometimes, you get what you want.
Yeah.
Like they say.
Yeah, so I think you did a really good job trying to manage your MP. What were your thoughts going into the tiers?
My thoughts going into the tiers, I sort of messed around with Atma Weapon Lock for a bit. I could have put the Paladin Shield on him, and then like kept his health pumped up with Mertens, but VK I think is strictly stronger than Paladin Shield, especially when you've been riding an HP plus 100 Esper like I had been. So it was just the same plan as before, right? Swing with Lock. So tier 1, if you've got Merton and your characters aren't super uber powerful, you can just Merton your way through tier 1. Because the head will die, usually the head will die and the long arm will die before the short arm dies. And you have to be a little careful, but usually that will happen. Then I had Siren for tier 2. I was a little careful on tier 2 to make sure that I killed Magic last, because I was worried about Lot going down during 10 hits, which he did. But then, of course, True Knight turned on. So tier 3, it was just swing with Lock, throw up a Fenrir, get a little bit of damage in, and swing with Lock again. It was pretty easy, pretty straightforward. And then tier 4 was just throw all the shields and swing with Lock till it ends. I got a little bit messed up with that goner timing. Those hyperdrives screwed me up, but yeah, no, it was pretty straightforward as these things go.
Yeah, definitely, and you really showed us our thing very well with the switching between the Atmo weapon and the VK during fights. That was really intriguing to see.
Yeah, it's occasionally a useful thing to do. Like if you're at ultra high levels, then Atmo weapon is probably better than VK, but only if you can keep your health up. And I wasn't at ultra high levels; I was only at like 40, I think, at the end. So I don't know. It's a bit of it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. It's nice to have both, so you can switch back and forth, I guess.
It was. Let me just put something out here. Wesley, friggin' had double VK offering lock with friggin' 8,000 HP.
Holy cow! That's too much. If you get to that level, then you have probably not done the seed fast enough.
Yeah, they're kind of like they might run down Falcon Hit from behind here with that sort of power. As they're both on tier 4 right now.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we were like, wow. And a level 51. Lock.
Level 51, wow. So
Yeah,
you must have got that HP plus 100 Esper pretty early then.
Yeah, oh my great goodness, it was beautiful to see. I hadn't seen like something like that in a long time.
Yeah, I felt really good about this particular run, especially with Ultras League being over, and I haven't been able to beat Falcon Hit all season. This feels really great to wrap things up here.
Yeah, I was gonna ask because I was gonna say you were going against some like familiar competition. Did you feel like any of that, those Ultros Leagues battles gave you some insights into what you were up against, or were you just kind of focused on just running the type of race you wanted to run?
I just focused on running the race. I keep meaning to. I think like in the Ultras League off season, I'm gonna go back and watch a bunch of Falcons runs. Oh, and GG to Falcon, it looks like.
Yeah, and
yeah,
Wesley as
and
well.
Ensign Wesley. Coming in 2 and 3.
They
What?
clicked and swang twice, and it was over. So
No. I don't know. No, I don't think they swung twice. I think Wesley swung once.
oh, they didn't even get to. Yeah.
Wow.
It was over.
Well, GG's to both of them. Falcon Hit is like he's been drinking something this season that I don't know what it is, but I want to get some of that. Like I in the off season I plan to go back and watch a bunch of his races and try and figure out how he does what he does. He's just been on fire.
And Fitz, do you have anything else to discuss before we let Dr. TT go?
I was just gonna ask kind of what was your favorite part of the run overall, or moment that you really were like, yeah, I'm blazing fast right now.
I was stoked to run into Magi Master when I did, instead of in Kefka's tower. Because I'm like, hey, yeah, I can deal with this guy right now. Don't have to worry about him later on. That made me feel much better about the rest of the seed.
Yeah, no, it was a pleasure seeing your win today. How are you feeling for the victor of the Tournament of the Month?
Well, I'm feeling great. I had a terrible week 1 this Tournament of the Month, and I like barely got in. I had a terrible week 2, but fortunately everybody else in my pod also had a terrible week 2. So this feels really great. I feel like I finally, landed with this flag set just in time to move on to another one.
Yep. Thank you for running. It was a pleasure seeing you race.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you to the restreamers and the trackers and you guys for commentating. It's really great to have you do what you do.
Yeah, we have chat asking one final question. If you have any ideas or what you've been, have you been brewing on anything for for your flags that you're gonna throw on the wheel for next month.
Oh yeah, I've got 2 ideas, but I need to talk them through with the commissioner first because one of them is a little bit off normal. So I need to talk to him and figure out what exactly is legal here.
Well, you've heard it here first. Dr. DT is planning some extrajudicial shenanigans for their submission, so stay tuned and hopefully the commish gives it the nod because that would be, a fun addition.
Yeah. Have you anything else to say, Fitz?
GG's. Great performance and great effort from everyone.
Thank you, and GG's to my fellow runners, Falcon Hit, Ensign Wesley, Boo. Give them all a follow.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna sign off here. See you guys.
Yeah, have a good one.
Alrighty. Boo is on tier 3 right now. They finally got through that Guardian and are making our way up. I think we're gonna pull in our 2 of our other finishers here. Hear from them shortly.
Hopefully. Oh, hello.
Yo, that was crazy. I got ambushed on the belt by poltergeist and died like 4 times.
Sorry, do you guys hear me? Oh, I'm
Yes, we do.
Mhm.
And my very first question is about your overpoweredness with double VK offering 8,000 HP lock. All right?
9,500, actually.
All right. 9,500? That's even better. I have level 51. Level 51. All right? That is insanity.
Yeah, it was so much power that it actually worked against me. I think I spent a bit too much time trying to make my characters as powerful as possible. But yeah, I knew the final Kefka fight was going to be like a 6-minute fight.
Yeah, that was really fast. And the fact that you took 1 turn to dispatch Kefka.
Yeah, it's too bad because if Locke had a bit less HP, I wouldn't have needed to use the quick and I would have killed him even faster.
Yeah,
I actually wonder if I should have waited for the follow one and then just attacked, if that would have saved more time rather than casting the quick in the 2 swings.
yeah. Oh, that one was that was amazing. I have never seen so much devastation released on Final Kefka at once.
Yeah, it felt pretty good. The only thing I'm disappointed about is I wasted a bit more time than I needed to on tier 1 because I forgot Gao had break. I could have just wiped long arm with that instead of beating him down.
Yeah, and then my next question, we saw fucking it, we saw your attempts at doing the vote check with your 4-party team instead of 3. What are you feeling on that?
It's just one of those things where you just I shortcut a lot of Ultras League, so when I went on the belt, I was like, oh, I haven't found a character, so I can just do the belt. And you don't really look at your party when you're doing this. So I was just like, man, I'm getting really unlucky. And also, one of the things that also compounds this was that I think I took the PM Stalker fight in World of Boundless Narsh, and I think that you can't get a Gao encounter off of that check. So when I was like counting encounters in my head, I was only counting the Lobos. So I was like, on 8 Lobos, I was like, wow, I'm getting kind of unlucky. I wonder if there's something weird going on. and I was like, oh, I have 4 characters, of course. But like, it's just one of those things you have to like compartmentalize, right? Because I've run so many seeds, I'm just like rationalizing, like, oh, I like died to Poltergeist 4 times, and then I got him on the last attempt, but I didn't get any experience, so it's fine. You know, it's just you just have to keep going, right? I'm not gonna like forfeit because I like am slightly embarrassed.
I didn't know Poltergeist could show up on the Velt.
It can't. But this is the way that I rationalize it in my head, right? Because I just lost like 8 minutes.
I don't think I've ever
Yeah.
seen that before.
At first, it did look like we were wondering, and it was like, oh, I think, because it was like we saw you like popping the shield in and out, and I was like, oh, we're using those PM Stalker fights like to uncurse the shield and like learn some magic real quick. But then after a while, it was like, oh, because I could imagine the same thing. I was like, we're used to starting with like 3 or less characters, so like if you're in that medium brain thinking space where you're not really like thinking about everything, it would be pretty easy, I think, to
Yeah, because I was also planning my route afterwards. I was
Mhm.
like, because I was like in between whether I wanted to do a realms check or not, because doing a boss on like 7 when the scaling is about 12 is a little bit questionable. Not questionable, that's the right word. It can be dangerous, right? Because if it was like, I don't know, like a difficult boss, I would have to like reset. But then I was like, it's probably okay. And it was okay, it was just Nulsverse.
Yeah, and then for Falcon Hit, I saw on Magitech, the first time you saw Magimaster, there was a reset, and I was curious kind of what,
that was just a mistake. I just reset on reflex because as I saw my notes, I was like, oh, I can like rearrange my party because not my party, but my equipment. So because usually I save after the thing, but I was rushing, so I was like, oh, I need to like move my paladin shield, and then I need to like I can like move some espers around, but then I didn't save, and I was like, oh shoot, I didn't save. And then I just did the fight again, and then I just did it like I just saved and then moved the paladin shield, right? Because with paladin shield on Gal, it's just like a very easy fight.
You know what was a troll about that Magimaster fight? The Shiva Esper had Berserk on it, but you had no time to learn it going.
Yeah, I saw that.
That made me annoyed.
Yeah.
I lost
Yeah.
like 3 minutes to him.
Oh yeah, we saw a Magimaster fight, and directly afterwards, someone went berserk.
Yeah.
It was
That's
so.
that's a Worlds Collide classic right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would say that's the secret 4th pillar of Worlds Collide.
One last question, I guess, for both of you. I guess I always like to ask, for both of you, what was the favorite part of the run? Wherever you felt like you were flying high or you overcame something challenging.
My favorite part of the run was seeing Illumina at World of Balance or at Nicaea, and actually having the gold to afford it because I took all those extra Veld fights. I was like, well, there's a silver lining here.
Yeah, it paid off.
We have more money. Hey, you know what? It's all right.
Exactly.
Everything worked out right as I planned. All right.
Yeah. I felt like this was a really generous seed overall. Everything. The only challenging fight I ran into was the Magimaster one, and that wasn't even really challenging. It just took a long time. Yeah, obviously for me, it's that feeling of one popping final Kefka. It never goes wrong.
Yeah. Definitely start with Wesley. Jeez.
Yeah, even tier 2, blowing through tier 2 with just hammering out those burdens as well, right? And then tier 3, one-shotting him, and then tier 4, one-shotting him.
Yeah, you should definitely watch the VOD back though. I mean, man, Dr. DT really did well on this seed. I think I would go back and watch.
Yeah, I'm really curious as to how he did it so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, the seed was generous overall, but it definitely threw some nasty fixed encounters at the racers. We saw like I think every flavor of like ogre and
Oh,
like samurai guy. And we saw the covert and the serpent trench do some damage. As
Boo
well.
got wiped out
Oh,
by one of those encounters.
I must have gotten very lucky because I did not see a single covert.
Yeah, he took out one of my characters in one of the fights. But we started with a gal throw, so I think the encounters were even pretty smooth sailing overall.
Any final thoughts for our runners?
Read your flag sets.
yeah, read your flagsets. Did you have anything else to say before we end this?
No, I think both of you put in a great effort. I know there were some bumps, but I think Falcon Hit in particular, you did a great job of just overcoming and keeping going and still put in a blazing fast time. So kudos for showcasing that spirit of General Leo, so to speak, and overcoming that adversity.
Yeah, and follow runners as well. They're really putting in work, and our restream team as well.
Yeah, I mean, thanks a lot for you guys for volunteering to do this tonight. Made this tournament of the month that much more exciting, getting to do it live.
Yeah, and thank you for running the race as well.
Oh, my pleasure.
No problem.
And thank you to our restreamer and our amazing tracker Ceiling Cat for all the really good tracking. And
Yeah, nobody wore on the restream. I think this was their first not practice one. Some of us have been learning how to do it recently. It is not super complicated once you kind of get it figured out. We got some helpful resources out there, so double shout out to Nobody War. Being newer at it, did a solid job. Worked through and overcame some of our technical bumps at the beginning, and hopefully we put on a good show for our audience.
yeah. And remember, we do our Worlds Collide runs on every Thursday and Saturday on this channel. So always stick around for some extra Worlds Collide, and also a speed gaming one on every Wednesday.
Yep, I'll couple of just kind of things to keep your eyes out for. We've got the Blackjack Battle Royale on the horizon. Signups are not open yet, but that's coming soon. And we have some racers doing runs and a couple of upcoming charity marathons. Those are in the announcements. Or the events on the Discord, but Gar and I are going to be running a Randothon April 2nd, and Retrophile TV will be running Worlds Collide April 25th as part of Retrothon. So,
And
a couple of
always,
exciting things coming up.
And always join. If you have any questions or anything like that of the Worlds Collide, join the Discord. We will be more than happy to answer your questions. Your question will be answered within a few minutes. Great community. And if you're wanting to make the seeds yourself, go to the website and create. We have a bunch of presets and a lot of flags for you to choose from.
Well said. Well, I think, Goku, we can probably wrap this one up. Call it a night, and
Yeah, and we'll see you.
Forward to the next one.
We'll see you on the next one. Take care. Have a
Good night, everybody.
Good night.